Hi, everybody. Welcome back. This is Susan, and I'm so glad to have you on my channel again today. What I'm going to do is this is going to be a split video between today and tomorrow. I'm actually going to head out to the nursery. I'm going to take you along with me. I don't want to look for some sansevieria. I decided, I was kind of thinking what I should do in terms of my turtles that I have around the pool. And I think I'm going to take you on the journey with me to go look for it. Today it looks a bit bleaky though. It looks like it's going to rain. Unfortunately, my car AC is acting up, so pray for me that it doesn't rain and I'm stuck in a car with the AC not working. But anyway, that's a part of what happens in life. Sometimes the AC works, sometimes it does, but anyway, we'll sort that out next week sometime. Now, I'm going to turn the camera around and show you the pots. I'll show you some of what I have on the front porch. And I'm going to pick up, I think I'm going to go with the dark color one. And I may mix the two or just put one in there. But let me just turn the camera around so you guys can see. And those of you that are new to my channel, welcome again. Those of you, if you love this and it's the first time visiting my channel, please do subscribe. And I would love to have you on board with the rest of my followers. I'm sure that everybody is happy. I just looked at something. Is happy to know that I am back on my feet. I am happy to be back on my feet. So I'm going to come and show you guys. There also is beautiful flowers. I'm just looking at it here now. That's why I keep getting distracted. But I know it needs a little watering, but it's going to rain. So I'm hesitant to water it right now. If it doesn't rain, I'm going to water it tomorrow. But they're covered with flowers. My swans around the porch. Around the pool. I'm going to show that to you. And also show you the turtles that I want to fill in with some sansevierias. I think they would be excellent in there. So let's not talk anymore. Let me turn this around and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, guys. So this is what I'm talking about. Are those not gorgeous? Look at the flowers on there. It is so pretty. I love how the flowers are blooming. There's quite a few dropping now. Some are aged, but it's blooming up. And it's really pretty in there. Look at that. Really, really pretty. Got the other one over here that she's also doing the same. They're so gorgeous. I mean, just looking at them across from the pool deck, it's so pretty. And this one here, so pretty. You can see some dry leaves on there as well, but isn't that gorgeous, guys? So love it. Really, really nice. And then from the other end of the pool, you can see when you're looking at it, it is so pretty. So pretty. So these are the turtles I'm talking about, guys. That's one there, and that's the other one there. I used to have them on this side of the pool, but I think I'm going to just leave them there and just keep this side, since most tracking walking is on this side of the pool, and just leave those there side by side. But I think the sansevieria would be really pretty in there. I didn't want something that grows huge or tall or hangs over, so I was always hesitant as to what to plant in there. So now that I've given it some thought, I think the dwarf sansevierias will be perfect, and perhaps a few succulents. We'll see what the moods bring. All right, so let's go, and I'll show you some of the dwarf ones that I have on my front porch. But there's one particular one I'm hoping they have more at the nursery, and I'll take you along with me and see if we can get some of those. Before I go inside, look at how gorgeous these are looking now. They're blooming. We had planted these out in one of the other videos. I changed up the way the back porch area looked, and that's how it looks, because we had taken some of these blue pots and put around the front desert garden, and we just left 3 on this side two on this side because of the way the porch is designed. It's longer on this side. And we had planted these up before, and then we did these. This one I think I'm going to replace. I'm going to get another one of these and put in here. But this is looking really, really pretty. And I'm loving it. It's blooming. It's flowers. And it's looking nice. Look at this. These are constantly blooming, guys. They're constantly blooming. And they're covered. So nice. Love it. And that one doesn't have any flowers on it, but it's looking great. That one's still struggling, but hopefully it'll fill out and get nice and full like that one over there. My husband loved those, so that's why we're leaving it there. But I think to keep a balance, I'm going to get another one of those and put over there. All right. I know that's a little distraction from what we were going to do, but let's go into the front porch. Okay, so these are the dwarf sansevierias I'm talking about. So these grow small. They don't grow large. These as well. I really love this one, but I think this one would be perfect in those turtle planters. So I'm thinking of going to get two of these. And I was talking with hubby, and he was thinking we could just put one and then just let it multiply in there over time, and just keep it simple. But I was thinking in the meantime, I may just put some succulents or something, you know, around it. But we'll see. I'm just gonna go to the nursery and I'll make my mind up. These I'm gonna take out and just keep you know, 3 different ones in here. I do love this one. If I can get another one of these, I would, just so that I can have this one in here, and then I have this one, and then we can have a different type planted in here as well. But we'll see, because I kind of don't want this crowded. Yeah, I don't want it crowded, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes, because maybe when I plant this in, it will take up a good amount of space, and I'll just leave those 2 in there. I'm going to take out these 2 and plant this one in here, so that will look beautiful there. Okay, let's head to the nursery. Okay, we're here at the nursery. It's Figaro Nursery, and I'm parked on the side, and I'm going to go around and show you. Looks like we have little customers here, and not many at this time of the day. But we're gonna go and still see if they have any more of those succulents. Not succulents, but the sansevieria. That's still available. Just came through their side garden. Oh, these are beautiful. Look at these. I guess somebody's buying them because they're together. They're beautiful. See, they got lush. Looks like we had some rain down here as well. We got some succulents and stuff here. Seems to be selling a lot because they had more than this the other day. They seem to have quite a few now. These are different. This is different as well. They have some large specimens of it there. They have some smaller ones over here. Yeah, not many that I would want to get. I like these. That's a bigger size one here. consider. But I don't see too many here. Let's go around here and see. This is the Walker's Road location, which is in town. They have the other one that I've taken you to in some of my other videos, which is in the Savannah area. This one is located on Walker's Road, same company, just different locations. They've got some beautiful orchids. Beautiful orchids. But I already have all of these, so I won't be buying any. I already have all of these. Solid white is pretty. These are the sansevierias that they have. And I wanted to come back because I was like, I know they didn't have too many. So this is one here of the dwarf ones left. So I'm glad I came because I'm gonna grab this one. This one's beautiful. So that's one. I've just rested up here. Got one. I need to choose one more. I think this is a different type. Oh, here's one. Oh yeah. This one looks good. Yeah. I'm happy with this one. So I've got those two. Yes. And I was thinking of getting one of these to match what I have on the porch. But I'm not sure if I should. Should I? Should I? Should I? These are so pretty. You know, I like to get two of something, you know, but I don't know if I should get two. I'm kind of, yeah. Let me go around and look at one more of the sansevierias I just picked up and see. So I have two of the best type chosen for what I want to do. So I see another one here. I can see somebody tuck it in here. The two I have is quite nice. I'll leave this one. Somebody else can have that. Yeah. I was thinking, so if I take those two out of there, I'm talking about the ones that's on my front porch, and I could probably get the other one like this. If I'm going to put two into the turtle so it looks full, and they'll have two variations in there. I think that's what I'm gonna do, guys. I think I may regret it if I don't get it. So this is the other variegated dwarf type. I think I'm gonna get. It has a bit of yellowing to it. It's quite nice. I'm just looking to see if I see any that looks nicer. Kind of like that one in the back there, but I think this one that I have, because this has a nice fullness to it. Well, let me just grab the other one. Oh yeah, I like the way that this has the yellow on it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get this one, even though that leaf in the back doesn't look the greatest. Yeah, I think this is a better one. I'm gonna put this one back. Yeah. Okay guys, I don't know what it's like for you guys that lives in the States or any other part of the world, but this is what these are. What I'm picking up now is $17.50 each, just so you have an idea how much they are. These are beautiful though. I absolutely love these. I love the way that they have the yellow and the green streak in the middle. Beautiful. And then they have these here. These grow into a full size though, guys. Just so you know. Those taller ones in the back, they grow big like these. These are the bigger versions to them. And then they have the big version to the miniature ones, the dwarf ones. They have the big version ones here as well. I have this one. This is a moonshine. I know that one by name. Not sure what this one's called, but I'm learning as I go along. Different types that they have. So I'm gonna get those 3. These are going to go home with me for sure. These 3. I'll just rest them here for now. And then I'll just take you guys over here so you can see some other plants that they have. Got some nice plants. Some nice alocasias and stuff as well. Some nice peace lilies. These are some alocasias and calanthias. Beautiful. And then they have some pothos or pothos there. We got some ficus, and they've got some peperonia and Vitonia as well. Not sure which one is the, I guess it's these. I'm not certain. But these are the peperonias that I think that's what they're called. If my memory serves me right. These are some ivies. And they got some philodendrons, some money plants. Got me a beautiful specimen of this one here, the philodendron. Let's see, this one's I think it's called Ring of Fire. Yeah, if you can see it, Ring of Fire. Really nice. These are beautiful, guys. If you don't have one, you should get one. They're house plants though, they don't like direct sun. They're beautiful. Got some ferns, some more alocasia, stingray. So you got the stingray type. Every time I come here, I fall in love with this one. And it's just this one that's here. And I'm so tempted to get it. So tempted, but I'm sure this is gonna be pricey. That's probably why it's still sitting here, because it feels like leather. So love it. Anyway, if it's here when I make my mind up, I'll get it. Perhaps I'll just ask how much it is, just to tease myself. I'll just go and ask how much it is. I'll just take it with me and find out. In the meantime, I'll just take you to another section of the garden where I want to have a look and see if they have any of the other plant that I need. Pottery section. Got terracotta pots, orange pots, some Mexican pots. This is beautiful. I'm so in love with this one. I may just take one of these home with me. they're still there when I'm ready. I really like that. I think that's beautiful. We got the huge one here. Huge. This is my hand on it. It's big. Huge. I don't need that one though. This small one I like. I like that. It's like a medium size, but I guess it's a small to that big one there. But I do like that. It's $181. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. 181 buckaroos. Yeah, these are beautiful too. $94, not bad. It's a beautiful price. For that size, it's really nice. I could see that in my garden. Beautiful. I just love to look at their pots. All right, let's see if they have any of the plants I'm looking for. Oh, they look like they are running low in stock here. They have a few sun-loving plants on this side, as well as over here. Let me see. Don't want to have to go all the way to the other location. I drive too far out. Oh, look at this. I don't really fancy vine plants, but this is beautiful. Excuse me. That might come home with me. I'll have to find out how much that is. Oh my gosh, that's pretty. That is beautiful. Wow. Look at that. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, what I need is the pink for this one. It's the white. I need a pink blooming one. And I think they have them all mixed in here. And I won't buy any unless it's blooming. So let's see if I see, I think I might see, this is one. Yes, this is one. Let's pull this one out. That's a white. That might be a pink. It's a bit wet, guys. You can see. I don't want to walk around there, but I think this is also a pink. Yeah, this is a pink. It's got pink buds on there. Let me step back and see which I like best. This one's not bad. Just need a little cleaning up. Let's see if I find a third option. This is one here. You can see this is one. I'm not sure if I like that one. This might be one. Let's see. Yeah. This is a pink. I like this one better. Yep. This one's coming home with me. And these are $18.75 and $28.75 for a 3 gallon. I have a 3 gallon. Let me find out how much was for that beautiful plant that was in the back there. That is beautiful. I absolutely love that. Let me grab somebody. It's not a busy day today, so seems like everyone is either on lunch or somewhere else. Okay, I'm back in the car, guys. It is hot. Do you see me? I am sweating. I am pouring in sweat. Outside is humid. It rained. There's no real big sun out, but the humidity is crazy. Anyway, I checked on that gorgeous plant. The one that had a beautiful soft and dark pink flowers just all over it, the vine type. They said it's called the Ragoon vine, if my memory serves me right. Yes. And they said it very much attracts a lot of caterpillars. So they say if caterpillars do get on it, just a bit of education for you guys that are local. Just so you're on guard if you do buy it. I decided not to buy it because I don't want to attract a lot of caterpillars in my garden for that very reason. And if I have a plant, I don't want to have to be constantly treating it against caterpillars. So he was saying that the leaves are soft. So what happens is that the caterpillars will go on the plant, and overnight they can eat with all of the leaves. Then you're left with a bare plant that looks kind of rough, right? So I decided, nah, as beautiful as it looks, I prefer not to have to deal with that sort of thing. So I left it right where it is. So I picked up the 3 sansevierias, and yes, I picked up the 3 sansevierias and the dwarf ones, and I picked up the other plant that I needed to go with the back porch area that I was saying I needed to get. I can't remember the name of that plant either. I'm just terrible with names sometimes. But anyway, I'll show them to you when I get home. I'm going to head back on the road, and we'll pick back up when I get home. Okay, I'm back home, and these are what I got. And this is the one, the other plant with the pink flowers. So, yep, that's what I have. We'll pick up from here when I'm ready to plant out the sansevierias into the turtle planters. Well, good morning. It's the next day, and I just want to show you my little setup. It's too hot outside, way too hot today, guys. So I kind of put together some of the stuff here. Unfortunately, I can't find my scoop. I don't know where I put it. Anyway, I've got another one on order, so I should get it soon. I'm going to show you what I set up here to plant up the turtle planters. And then I'll fill in the planters just to save some time with some soil. And then I'll come back and show you what I'm doing and how I'm potting it up. It's like I said, it's going to be a simple planter. Nothing spectacular, but it will give these a little dressing and let them look nice. Now, I'm hoping, because it's really hot out there, that these sansevierias, the dwarf ones, can handle the sun like the original sansevierias. They can handle sun a lot better, full sun a lot better, I think. But because the leaves are pretty thick still, I'm hoping and praying that these will do just fine. I did put them in the sun to test them, and I see there's a spotting on one of them, but I'll show you what I'm talking about. Now, I'm not sure if that's a water spotting. It could be, because they don't like a lot of water. They prefer more sun and dryness. So we'll see. Let me turn the camera around so you guys can see what I've set up here. Okay, so this is what I've done, and you can see a little better there. I've got my two turtles here, and I'm not painting them. And you guys probably say, oh, they look so rough, but I love the way that they have that age look, and they're terracotta. They're very, very heavy, guys, extremely heavy. I've had these for years. Never knew what I wanted to do in terms of planting in here. Over the years, I never bothered about it, never stressed about it. But now I'm got some options, so I'm thinking, why not? They're the cutest things. I mean, seeing them closer up, you can see the cutest little turtles. Can't remember where I bought these from years ago, but they have a hole in there. So what I'm going to do, this is a piece that's broken off from somewhere, not sure where, because I was looking on the turtle, but I don't see where. But I'm going to use screening. So what I did is I cut two little pieces of screening, and I'm going to put them just over the hole so that the water, the soil doesn't drain out and doesn't get clogged when I put the soil in there. So that's what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to fill this in with some soil. This is the two sansevierias I was telling you about that I wanted to get, and I went and I bought them, as you can see from the visit to the nursery. And here is the spotting I was telling you about. I think it's a water spotting, but in other words, I'm hoping that the sun will be fine, because I did put it in the sun, that so you get direct sun on it. So we'll see how that goes. I'm hoping and praying that that was not due to too much sun on it, but being that it's just on one leaf, I'm thinking it's probably got a water dripped on there, and it was starting to rot a bit there. These are others that I've pulled out of my front porch planters. I was just going to use these two, but after I looked at it, I said, well, I have a third one here, but we'll see, because I may just leave out the third one if it looks a little off, and just use these two. But my plan is to just plant the two of these together in there, and they will grow and multiply in these pots. All right, so let me go ahead and fill these two, and we'll come back, plant these up. And I don't know, I'm still thinking of something. I may just grab another succulent or two from my garden and just add to kind of fill these in. But I'll take you along with me if I decide to do that. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going on a hunt for some succulents. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna go over here first and see. I really don't want to use this particular one. Now this one is beautiful. It gets really tall, as you can see. So I am more leaning towards a low growing, which might be some of these. So I may take some from here, and let me check the other section of the garden. My middle section over here, what I call the roundabout, and see what I have happening here. I do love these. They are slow growers. That might be a nice pop with that. Let's However, these do grow in clutters. I could possibly take some of these. That might be cute. Maybe I'll grab some of these from here, because they do grow big like that. You can see that one right there. So I could possibly take some from here. I think that's what I'll do. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do, because there's a nice big one here as well. It's done flowering. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I think I'm gonna grab these. I think they would be a nice blend with it brings some color in there. And I may grab some of the other type. So let me take probably 2 from here and just mix it 1 and 1 on each side. I'm trying to think. I'll probably put it in the front. Yeah, I'll just start with getting 2 from here and see how that looks. All right, so I've got to free up my hand and I'll be right back. Okay, so I managed to grab these. So I've got 4. And I'm going to take these back to where I'm working on the back porch. It is so hot out here, guys. Whew. Let me tell you, this September heat in Cayman is like no other. Whew. My. I'm going to try and open this with the camera in one hand. Just bear with me. And got the soil in there already. Getting everything ready. Just gonna drop these there. And then I'm gonna go and grab the other ones. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back now, and gonna put my gloves back on. And I've set it so that you guys can see what I'm actually doing here. I know it's been a while I haven't done this with you guys. It's taking you a long while. I plant things step by step, and I thought it'd be a good idea to do this time with these turtle planters. I've got a little bit more soil here just in case, because I think I'm gonna have to top it up in order to plant the smaller succulents. So I just made sure I got that. So let me start with this. I'm gonna do the closer one so you guys can see it a little better. And let's see if I can bring it in a little closer so you guys can see a bit better. I'm doing this one. And then I'll just take this out. And the soil is very loose in here. You can use the same soil or just loosen it up in here. Just mix it in with what I have. Just gonna top it up anyway. Okay, so what I would like to do is, I'm thinking I'm going to put this more, I was going to do it in the center, but I think I'm going to put it more to the side, put the other one to the back like that, and then I'll put the smaller ones here, and I'll do the same thing on the other turtle. So I'm just going to pull the root system in there, and I'm just going to plant it like that. Okay, and then I'm going to take one of these. That is the pups off of the mother one that I got from the front porch. I'm not going to cut it back. I'm just going to use the same root system and everything. And I'm going to tuck it here. So I dug my hole. I'm just going to put the root system in the hole. Put it a little close to the other one. Not too close because I want to leave a little space in case they want to grow some pups again. It will just grow in there. And I just bring some of the soil around and behind and just fill in the back. I'm careful not to get soil down inside of here because when it's get watered, it's gonna dry rot inside of the sansevieria. Okay, so done that. Now I can add a little more soil in here. Just enough to top it up a bit because I don't want these succulents to be too low down. I'm just using the regular potting soil. Normally I would put perlite in there, but I think it'll be fine because it's going directly in the sun, so it will dry out quite quickly. And then I got this one. I'm going to use one in each of these planters. And I've got two of these. And I'm going to use them on each side like that. So I'm going to go ahead and plant this one first. Oh, look, it's got a baby one on there. Didn't even see that. I'm going to just tuck this in here. Let its root system. And I'm just going to bring the soil up and around it. Now, when you're planting succulents, you need to make sure that they are firmly tucked in. So you're just pressing around the base of it. And try not to break off these. I accidentally broke off a piece when I was pulling it out from this. Wasn't pleased about that, but it'll still work. It'll heal. And then I'm going to put this one in. If you notice, this doesn't have much of a root system, but that's how these grow. So I'm not really concerned about it. All I'm going to do is pull the soil and get a little bit more soil in here. Because that doesn't have a root system, so I'm just gonna just indent a little hole for it, and I'm gonna push it down. As simple as that. And I just wiggle it. Like I said, firm it as much as I can at the base. And that's that for that one. And then I'm gonna take this and I'm going to put it, it's got a little root system. So because it's a tight space now, I'm going to use my tool, my cutter, and I'm going to create a hole as best as I can with it. And I'm just going to lift the leaves here and maneuver the root system in, position that, and then I just work the soil in and around with my finger and just press in. And that's that. Look at that, guys. Isn't that nice? I think that looks really nice. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and plant the other one, and then I'll bring you in for a closer look. So I'm starting to fill in now. I've planted up all 2 of the planters, and I'm starting to fill in now with the gravel. And once I'm done filling in with the gravel, I will show you guys. This part is a little tedious because you don't want to get too many of the pebbles inside, and you don't want to break off the limbs. So sometimes you can't, avoid it, but you just try to work around everything as best as you can. So that's why you notice I'm using this. It's messy, but it helps me to get the gravels in some tight areas as well. And just add a little bit more when I need in certain areas. I try not to get the rocks and stuff in between the leaves, and I try to tuck them behind the leaves and under the leaves. And I get a little bit more pebbles. Around so this is a lot better. Something I failed to tell you all as well is when you're planting stuff up like this and you have the tall and the short and you want to place it in your garden, you need to be sure that you're placing these to the back side of where you want to, but this needs to be the show off area of the pot. So if this is where you're going to show everybody that walks by and look at your planter, you need to be sure that you have these to the back and not to the front of where you're going to position your planter. In this case, my turtle planter. So lucky enough, when I plant this one out, I had forgotten that, and lucky enough I was able to use this one because they're on 2 different angles. I was able to use this one, but the second one I had to be sure, if you notice I turned this around, I had to be sure that I planted this up properly so that it wouldn't be the same angle as this one. So you can see if I turn this around, you'll see that these are on the opposite side. Very important, guys. Something I forgot to mention when I was potting this up as a tip. I'm trying to get these in here as best as I can without getting it in the leaves. And if it does get in the leaves, I have to take them out. So this part, like I said, is a bit more tedious. But it's worth it in the end because it dresses up your pot and it makes it look really pretty. Makes it look really, really pretty and nicely decorated in your garden. You know that this is my theme. I love to dress my pots with pebbles once I plant them up. I don't particularly like to see the soil exposed, and so I tend to just top up um, all of my planters like this. Whether it's a big planter or a small planter, I do love this. And a friend of mine, she started to do that. Uh, she loves to see the way it dresses as well. And I'm happy to be that inspiration, you know, to others. Okay, looks good. Yep, that's good. And my table is an absolute mess, but that's okay. Get that cleaned up in a bit. It's a part of potting up and planting and working in the garden. Okay. I don't have a brush to brush this all off, but what I'll do is I'll just show you it close up here. I'll take it, put it in the garden, wet it down a little. I don't necessarily have to wet it right now because, like I said, these are sansevierias. They don't like a lot of water. The soil is a little bit moist, so let me just test it first with my hand. Yeah, it has a little moisture to it. I may not water it right now because if it rains, it's going to be too soggy. So I'll just leave that as it is. So let me take the camera and bring it in a little closer for you guys to see how it looks. This other one that I have, the spare one, I think I'm just going to use the rest of this soil and I'll plant it up possibly in one of these pots, or just put it back on the one of those on the front porch. Yeah, it's gonna get planted somewhere, but for right now I'm not gonna use it because it will look a bit off and it won't look uniformed. Okay, let me bring you in closer, guys. All right, so this is how it looks closer up, and it's really nice. You can see these two are on the opposite side. I put this one in the middle, and this one is quite cool. I don't know if you can see, there it is. You can see it a little closer, and you can see how nice this one is a little closer. And this one has the grooves and the variation in the leaves with the yellow trim. This also has the yellow trim, but it's very much solid green and it's beautiful. So this is a new type of dwarf type sansevieria. This is another type of dwarf sansevieria. And then these are 3 succulents. Because they require little to no water, they don't need a lot of water. They're good companions planted into a planter. So just step back and you can see how she's looking. I think that's a cute little fix. And this is the other one, done exactly the same. All I did was turn it on the opposite side. So these are on the opposite side of this one. All right, so if I turn this around, like I said, these pots are huge. Not huge, but heavy. I'm gonna try and turn it around so you can kind of see what I'm saying in terms of them having. So you can see, they step back, they're on the opposite side. So they're like this, and then you can see this and see this, because when I put them in the pool, on the side of the pool, this is how they're gonna display themselves. And you wanna be able to see this side first. And this one's got a bloom on it if you haven't noticed. So these have their little blooms, and this hasn't opened yet. And I haven't seen these bloom before. They possibly do bloom because most succulents do have a bloom. So yeah, that'll be pretty cute out there. So let me go ahead, clean up this area. But before I clean up this area, I'm going to take the planters. I'm going to put them out beside where they were around the pool, and I'll show you how it looks. Okay, so we positioned the planters back around the pool, and I'm going to take you a little closer so you can see how it's looking. So like I said with approach, so if I'm approaching on this side, I can see how it looks there. So it's in the hot sun now, and that's how it looks. And the same thing, if I'm approaching from this side, I can see. And the reason why I designed it that side is to the back is because it's up against the planter there. So that will give it a better view, so you can enjoy the planters a lot better. All right, so guys, I'm just gonna show you one more thing, and then we'll be done with this video. Gonna show you, I decided to plant up, hubby's putting up some stuff, helping me put away some stuff here, but I'm gonna show you, I decided to plant this one up for the back porch, and I'm just gonna leave it here because I had this planter and I was using it. It's a pretty planter, nice green planter with a trim at the bottom. So I decided to tuck this sansevieria in here. I went in the garden, I picked some of these. So I picked 3 of these succulents. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up. Hopefully I can get you to see what I'm doing here. Just give me a moment. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing here. I'm not going to put on gloves quite as yet. But what I did was I simply trimmed this off, cut it off. They had a little bit of root system in there. But for these, I can just tuck them in because the soil is soft enough. Just tuck it in there. I'm going to tuck this one here. And I'm going to also tuck this one here in front. You can actually cut the stem shorter, but I'm just going to keep the stem a little long here because I kind of want to just play with it. I've also got these that tapers over after a while. So I'm going to take and I'm going to tuck these in. I'm trying to think if I should, yeah. Let me just do this one here. These will break off very easily, so I prefer not to use the gloves when I'm doing this. I think I'm gonna shift this around a little, guys. I think I prefer to have this over here. And then I'll just bundle these. Yeah. Let me do this one first. And then I'll do this one here. Eventually what will happen, I'll take this and bring it a little closer here as well. I don't want to crowd this because it will fan out, and I want it to have a little space like that. These will get a little taller, yes, but we can always cut them back and stick them in lower and keep the same momentum going. I'll just put a little bit of gravel in here now. Just gonna get a little bit more gravel. Tuck it behind there. I don't want to mess with these too much because they will break. These are so fragile, guys. So what I would do is just put some more here and just tuck under it as best as I can. Same with here. I'll just lift here again. I'll drop some more gravels in here and just tuck it around so it gets in between these as much as possible. Okay, so that's that for that, guys. You can see what I've done. Try not to have this too close so you can guys see it a little better. So that was the leftover sansevieria that I was considering putting back on the front porch, but then I said, you know what, I've got this beautiful planter here. It's a little cleaning up, of course. So the glare is here, but I just want you to see that it is a beautiful arrangement. And I just took some succulents from my garden and transformed this pot. And I'm going to place it possibly in that bicycle stand thing there. So let me just put it in. I know the pot is not cleaned up yet, but let me take you there so you can have an idea what it looks like. So there it is. This beautiful bicycle planter. Love the rustic look. And that's it. So the planter is beautiful in there. Well, that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed what I did and how we worked with those two turtle planters. They look really nice. And I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day here, even though it's hot. It's a gorgeous day in the Cayman Islands. Well, I'm going to say goodbye for now, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.